Well, this is what you call not really a traffic jam, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There's a city bus up ahead that seems to be having some issues. I don't know whether it can't maneuver through because there's something up there. But yeah, I see a SEPTA bus. Anyway, we're on our way to Jinxed, South Philadelphia. It's a thrift, not really a thrift store, secondhand store, junk shop, thrift shop, whatever you want to call it. And they have several locations all over the city. And that's where we're headed at a snail's pace.
Ballerina world, just ignore
A trip to South Philly means a stop at the Philly AIDS Thrift Store. Let's go!
They miss almost all the lessons, almost every day. The campus fence is crowded with boys who sit and sigh until a certain party passes, then you hear them sigh. Oh, Doris, where do you live? Where do you live? Oh, Doris, mind your business. Oh, Doris, give us a tell. Where do you dwell? Oh, Doris,
go away.
When we see you strutting on the campus, we know you don't really mean to vamp us. But, oh, Doris, do this favor for us. Tell us, Doris, where do you live? Where do you live?
Stop, bad boy.
Oh, Doris, won't you confide?
Now that's a 1930s chair. Ooh, 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 ooh. Boy, usually they call this a shell chair for obvious reasons. Original upholstery. Wow, that's only $50. Doggone it, and I don't need it. Well, I don't know. Let's take a look at how good the upholstery is on it. This is that really thick stuff. I think they call it, if I remember correctly, I think this is called frise upholstery. I might be pronouncing that wrong. This chair is in excellent condition. It's about the best condition you could expect to find one of these chairs. Dates to the mid 1930s. A nice heavy frame, which is stained to look like oak. That's a really good chair. Really, really good chair. Nice and clean. It's even clean down here. It hasn't faded. I think there's been a slip cover on this, or this was in somebody's parlor and it did not get used. Let me back up. This music in here is kind of scary. Woo! Well, it's always a lot of fun to visit the Philly A's thrift shop, and I recommend it. You know, prices are all over the place, but they do have sales, and you are able to come away with some really interesting things. For instance, we're about to look at a fantastic Art Deco mirror. There it is. Ooh, look at those legs. That is not something that was chopped off of a dresser, but it actually did hang on the wall. Now it's priced at $44.99. But anything that sits for 30 days is marked down 25%, and then another 25% if it sits there for 60 days. So that wonderful shell chair from the 1930s, that had been there for more than 30 days. And did I buy it? Well, you're going to have to wait until the end of the video and you'll find out if I bought it or not. But it was on sale, 25% off of the listed price. Just a block off of South Street on the corner, well, not really the corner, but close to Bainbridge and Passyunk in South Philadelphia, if you know your South Philly area. And now that is a little bit out of order. That's back at Jinxed again. Okay, let me be quiet. Okay, on my way out of Jinxed, I did go ahead and purchase this wicker planter box over here. It was dirt cheap, and I want one for the front porch. This is an old one too, 1930s, 40s. Somewhat unusual because it's got the domed top here, which is perfect to hang a plant. Probably I'll put some kind of a plant over top of it, but yeah, so I'll be taking this with me today, and we're gonna repaint it probably. I like the old paint, but you know, I've been repainting most of the things, and this wouldn't be original paint on it anyway, so we'll see what happens. Oh, and of course, well, it's just about the coolest mixer I've ever seen, and it dates all the way back to about 1915. Ooh, this is old. Okay, so right around 1915. Now, I do know that it's not complete. It's missing one thing. There was a metal support that had a little, that sat down right into this hole, and it would hold the mixing bowl. That's gone. Who knows if I'll ever be able to get anything like that to replace it. Probably not. But this thing is totally, I mean, the motor is totally seized. The beaters are bent up here, but it does have its original paint. And I'm going to have a good time at some point taking this apart. It's probably going to go on the project bench and wait until a snowy day next winter. Who knows? I've got so much to do. I've got electric fans I need to work on now, but I will let you see. I just like the look of it. Let's see here, Universal Electric Mix-A-Beater. Volts, cycles, amps. Yeah. So you can see all the information there. And I'm out on my front porch at the moment. So yeah, it's so it's funny because when you look at something like this from 1915, you think ahead to, you know, a decade and a half later, and it's all streamlined and much more user-friendly. You know, the industrial designers get in there and they make it a lot more marketable. So there is a YouTube video out there somewhere of somebody restoring one of these. So if you're curious, you can look it up. Just look up 1915 Mix-A-Beater, and you'll see a video of somebody who completely restores one. I paid less than the price tag that you saw in the store, and it was worth it for me, even if I just clean it up and don't get it working, just to use it as a display piece. I love it. And if my memory serves, and it often doesn't, I think that's Tea Room by Indiana Glass Company, most desirable in green, but I certainly wasn't going to pass it by in crystal. Very Art Deco. Just look at the geometric lines. It's nice heavy glass, and it doesn't have any damage at all. nice and clean. And I'm gonna wanna keep that, but you know me, it'll probably eventually be for sale. Wow, I love that. And then I have 6 little coffee cups, just little ones. I didn't buy all those little demi-tasse cups for 99 cents because I just didn't do it. But I did buy these 6, and again, it is Buffalo China. You can barely see under there. 99 cents each, 6 of them. No saucers this time with these, but that classic mid-century diner look. Somebody's gonna want these even without the saucers, and I'll probably keep all these together and sell them as a set of 6. They're in excellent condition. And today, while thrifting, I was also able to buy this wonderful 1930s or 40s McCoy vase. It's in excellent condition and it has no damage. And it looks so good out here. It might have to stay in the 1925 bungalow, who knows? Well, if you'll pardon my grass that's all over the place down here, I was doing a little bit of trimming and haven't cleaned it up yet. There's the chair, the shell chair from, this style was popular in the early to mid 30s. I'm going to be using it downstairs in the basement. So I have enough room in the basement to have a little sort of 1930s deco style living room. That's the basement door right there, and I know you're tired of hearing me say it, but that's the basement door right there. And I know you're tired of hearing me say it, but in case you wondered, the basement here is not below ground. This is what's called a walkout. And so it's completely dry, not humid and nasty or anything like that down there. And I guess I shouldn't say down there because it's not underground. Maybe about 8 inches of it is all. So there's room down there for a 30s living room area. And that's where this is going to go. It's in really excellent condition, nice and clean. It has faded a little bit over the years. It was more of a bluish gray color. I guess if I come over here, I'll let you see. You can just see exactly. If we get in there, you'll see. See, it hasn't faded much, but it has faded a little bit from the color that it was. But it's nice and clean, and I'm going to be cleaning the upholstery. It doesn't have any odor to it, and the upholstery is in really good condition. So I'll do some wood reconditioning, and that'll be really neat down there in the basement. And it was... what did I pay? About $38 for it by the time all the discounts were taken. So I love it.